Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. You guys know me. Typically, I drop my videos in the morning, not this late in the evening, but five-star moderator Brad Burnett sent me a message on Facebook, said, Boogie, you might want to take a look at this. On3 National Recruiting Insider. That is somebody that gets paid to cover recruiting. Look, we get on here and we talk as fans. We speculate. We talk about rumors. But this guy, Josh Newberg, gets paid to cover college football recruiting, and he has logged an expert prediction in favor of Tennessee to land five-star wide receiver Mike Matthews. We've been talking about recruiting the last few days. Big time weekend for Tennessee, Memorial Day weekend, 865 Live. So many guys on campus, so many guys on Rocky Top. The level of talent that was in town. If you can just find a way to land a handful of those guys, Tennessee is going to be in a good place in the class of 2024. We talked about Sammy Brown, the #1 linebacker in the country. There's been a handful of offensive linemen. We've talked about replacing Jaden Riddell, who committed to Georgia, with Amir Jackson. Everybody thought Florida is the team to beat, and now he says, hey, if that's what you want to believe, you can go ahead and believe it, but this thing is wide open. Talked earlier today, made a video on Amari Jefferson, the 4-star wide receiver, in-state kid, and that's really what we've been talking about a lot over the last few weeks is the wide receiver position. How can Tennessee land the right talent in the class of 24? We've talked about Ryan Wingo. We've talked about Mike Matthews. We've talked about Amari Jefferson. You've already got J.J. Harrell committed. I think you got to find a way to land one of the big two elite 5-star guys in Wingo and Matthews, who kind of switched, right? At one point, it seemed like Matthews was not interested and Wingo was the lock. Now it's shifted. Mike Matthews, again, the expert prediction is in. We're going to get into it, talk about how important that is for this class of 24. But as always, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up just below the video. That is quick, free, and easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. You want to take it a step further, hit that thanks button. It's like a super chat on a video, a tip in the old tip jar. We would appreciate that as well. And if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're building a community of Tennessee fans right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. If you like that, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. All kinds of fun content coming your way over the month of June. A lot of recruiting news, some film breakdown stuff. We're going to have Sports Talk Jay in the house. I know a lot of you guys dig his content, so we're going to have him on the show coming up a little bit later in June, so stay tuned for that. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about Mike Matthews. And again, if you don't really keep up with recruiting, who is Mike Matthews? 5-star wide receiver, listed as the second-ranked player out of the state of Georgia. And a lot of people said, hey, how is Tennessee going to beat Georgia in this thing? Georgia, Clemson, Alabama, Tennessee way out front. Look at the recruiting prediction machine all the way up to 78% after the expert pick came in. The prediction came in from Josh Newberg. Tennessee way out front here. Third-ranked wide receiver in the country. Top 5 wide receiver, number 10 nationally. We've talked about all the guys that were on campus, the top 150 players that Tennessee is in pursuit of. That's how you get to the next level. That's how you compete with the Georgias. Look, we're coming off of a big win over Alabama, ending the streak, tearing down the goalpost, throwing them in the river, a night we will never forget. But how do you compete with the Alabamas and the Georgias and the Ohio States on a regular basis? You go get guys like Mike Matthews. And the more you kind of followed his recruitment, the more like it sounded he wanted to leave the state of Georgia, and now everything trending towards Tennessee. What's the scouting report say? I'm going to read through it real quick. I know a lot of you guys have heard it before. We're going to get into a little bit more of why he is leaning towards Tennessee. Andrew Ivins, 247 Sports, talented two-way athlete that some colleges view as a wide receiver long-term. Others think he's a future all-conference safety. And that's funny because he just competed just recently in the Cam Newton annual Memorial Day 7-on-7 tournament, and the reports coming out of that said, this is directly from On3, said that at this point, Mike Matthews is Mike Matthews. The 5-star playmaker casually made big plays all weekend, scored multiple touchdowns. The wrinkle in his weekend is when he bumped down to corner to battle 4-star Alex Taylor on Sunday. Taylor made a touchdown grab over a defender in the semifinals. The next drive, Matthews trotted out at corner and held up well against a fellow blue chipper. So this is a guy that can go out and catch the football, and then he's going to flip over because he's got that alpha mentality. He's that dog. He's got that dog in him. Sometimes we use that term more than we should. Juwan Jennings earned the term. Mike Matthews, 5-star wide receiver, your 7-on-7 team giving up a touchdown, and then you say, hey, hold my beer. I'm going to go out and play corner and lock this guy down. And that's exactly what he did. The scouting report goes on to say followed breakout sophomore season with a monster junior campaign on offense, averaged 21 and a half yards per catch, totaling over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns through the air in the Peach State's highest classification. At one point reported a basketball offer from Mississippi State. It's pretty easy to see why, as he's extremely coordinated in almost everything he does and is always putting himself in position to make a play. Says here, long speed at one point was a bit of a question mark, but tested exceptionally well spring before 12th grade year, clocking one of the fastest 40-yard dash times at a loaded camp outside of Atlanta. Tape also backs up the numbers as he's constantly pulling away from defenders and creating separation on deeper routes. On the other side of the ball, has flashed the ability to quickly close gaps and get to the catch point while playing more of a center field role. Must eventually pick a position. We know that. He's going to be a wide receiver. We already know that. Should be viewed as one of the top overall talents in the 2024 cycle, given how he moves out on the perimeter. NFL upside if he keeps progressing. So, again, that's the scouting report on Mike Matthews. The expert prediction coming in, predicted to Tennessee. Here's a quote about his recruitment, where he's at right now. Says, I'm kind of in the final stage, he told VAWLS in a recent interview. Said, I've got my official visit set up in June, and hopefully I can make a full decision about where I want to go with my commitment. The visit's coming up. He's going to be at Clemson the weekend of June the 2nd. Going to follow that up with Georgia and then USC. Then he's going to wrap things up at Tennessee on June the 23rd. And we talk about the importance, right? The importance to get that last visit. And that's something that concerns you with Sammy Brown because you got the first visit. So, yeah, he came out of the weekend speaking a lot of praise for Tennessee. Sammy Brown, number one linebacker in the country. I think he's leaning towards Georgia, but Tennessee did a good job. They did a good job this weekend, 865 Live, but now you got to survive the storm. He's going to go through those visits. Mike Matthews is the opposite. You're trending. You're out front. You're leading the way for the five-star wide receiver, and then you get the last visit on the weekend of June the 23rd. What is he like about the University of Tennessee, other than when I read that scouting report and I hear that he can stretch the field? That's what we want to do. We want to spread you out wide, hit you over the top, back the safeties up, and then hand the football to somebody like Cam Seldon, somebody like recent commit four-star running back Peyton Lewis. What does he like about Tennessee? He likes the culture from the coaches and players, seeing who they are as a whole, to see if I can fit in with that. Says just the environment, the community, and who all is involved, and if I think I'm capable of being able to perform the type of scheme that they have going on. Well, Mike Matthews, let me tell you something. VAWLS Jones said some very wise words when he said what wide receiver would not want to play at Tennessee. We saw what this coaching staff did with Cedric Tillman. 8 catches in 3 years. All of a sudden, you're a 1,000-yard receiver and a third-round draft pick. Jalen Hyatt did absolutely nothing under the previous coaching staff. Enter Josh Heupel. He understands this is what I got to do to get to the next level. Watching what VAWLS Jones did, Jalen Hyatt learned how he had to grow, what he had to do, put the work in. Bolitnikoff Award winner, third-round NFL draft pick. Josh Heupel's put more wide receivers into the league in the last 3 years than any other head coach in college football. So Mike Matthews recognizes that, and that's why he is trending towards Tennessee. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? How excited are you to hear that momentum continue? We've talked a lot about Mike Matthews over the last couple of weeks. This just solidifies that. The momentum continues in Tennessee's favor. I want to hear from you. Jump into that comment section. As always, make sure you smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. And I want to give a shout out to the members of this channel. Thank you for the way that you support us, giving me the opportunity to do this full time. You want to be a part of that, hit that join button down below. It's only $1 a month. You can give as little as $1 a month. You get access to custom Talkin' Balls emojis, fan call-in shows, a power tee beside your name, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. So hit that join button down below. Also, if you've been a member of the channel, make sure it hasn't expired. A lot of them expire after 30 days. Make sure your membership's up to date. Go check out the merch you guys already know where. bonfire.com/store/Talkin' Balls. Again, we appreciate your support. We could not do this without you, the listener. You guys, this community, this fan base that is gathering right here on the Talkin' Balls network. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this, but I think we've got something unique. We've got something different, and it is because of you guys, so we appreciate that support. But that's going to do it for this one. If you don't have the funds to give to buy merch, that's perfectly fine. Smash the thumbs up because that's quick, free, and easy. Jump into the comment section and let's talk some Tennessee football because this is the Talkin' Balls Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.